Hello everyone, how are we? I hope you're all well. We're here for some Tier S action on this fine Wednesday evening. First Tier S race I've done in a while, to be honest. I think it was one of the earlier races last season that I did. Mr. Joseph is not here tonight. I think he's decorating his room. He put a picture in before, so he's not here. I am here to take you through the race. I am also alongside Mr. Lennon. Welcome in, Lennon.
Thank you. I was obviously here last week for the race, so hopefully we can get a similar sort of standard this week. So, yeah, I'm ready to commentate over some good racing here.
So we've got some standings for everyone to have a look at. Mr. MVR coming up to, well, we're not at halfway yet. Round 7 will be halfway, but we're nearing halfway. And they've got a healthy lead there of 81 points. Obviously, PSR are second, but they won't be for long because they are no longer a thing. They're no longer racing, so it's BRT. They were currently sat in P2, 81 points behind MVR. Now, that mathematically can be chop and change within 2 races. If it is going to be changed, it'll probably be the biggest. What's to say? I think 81 points is definitely the biggest lead that's ever been in AEC history. FG had like a 70-point lead going into Tier 1 last week, but MVR have got a really, really healthy lead. Let's go into driver standings and then we'll talk about some breaking news that happened today also in AEC. So we'll get some driver standings. Go on, Lennon.
Yep, Liam Bowman leading the way. Obviously, he's won 3 races so far, so he's really dominating it at the moment, isn't he? So he's followed by Placky, but Placky 21 points behind him. We're looking to try and maybe close that down today if he is in the race, which I can't see why he wouldn't be. He is, I can see him there. So he'll be hoping to close that down today, but Bowman he's just so good, isn't he?
He really is. He really is. He's I'm not going to say he's come on the scene. Everyone knew who he was last game and everything. I feel like Rusty was the man, or Kettle, everyone knows it, but it was the man. But Bowman, yeah, definitely he's shot onto the scene so far on this game. I'm not sure. I know he's pad. I actually believe he is pad. I don't know if that means he can't go for challenges this game. People who actually played the game will know more than me. But if he can go for it, I'm sure he will. Because he is showing a lot of form. And I know it's not just AEC that he's doing well in as well. He's doing it in various tournaments as well. So let's go back to the main screen. There's 19 people in. We're waiting on one more driver to come in. And we've got some breaking news. So if you weren't in AEC this afternoon, basically, AERT, long founders in AEC, they've been here since, I want to say, season 4? Season 3? Season 4? I think season 4. So a good year and a bit now. And they are finally in Tier S after the departure of Outplayed Racing. We don't need to go into why Outplayed Racing are no longer racing, but basically, long story short, they didn't submit a lineup. But yeah, AERT are in, and they have got 2 drivers racing for them today. One being Mr. Joseph Hales, who I believe has done a Tier 1 race before, and Jaeger. Jaeger has also done a Tier 1 race because I've called them Jaeger bombs, so I remember that. So 19 drivers in at the moment. We've got some stats as well for people to have a look at if you want to. I don't believe these have been shown on stream before, but they might interest you. I think it'll interest quite a lot of people. I'm not sure. This. But they're there for people to have a look at. But I saw it, so I thought I'd show them all. Yeah, so 20 people are in. I will let them know to ready up while I can. Team leader chat, someone's messaging in. Mr. Nath just letting ART know that it should be here. I do agree. Ready up. Tier S. Happy days. I'm admin and I'm commentating and streaming today, so I'm multitasking, lads. So it's a toughie. It's a tough ask. Need to change your name for OP. Yeah, because OP are no longer here. We've got calendar as well. The calendar's there for everyone to have a look at. Next week, we're Have you seen what it is next week?
I have. I
It's
haven't.
bloody Monaco.
I'm
Oh my!
gutted because I'm working. I
Oh,
can't
you're
watch it
joking.
working.
Well, I'll be Monaco for tier 1 anyway. I don't know if I'll be doing tier S. But yeah, it's Monaco next week. That is going to be monumental. It'll be pretty insane, that, to be honest. But yeah, we're now readied up and we're starting to get into the session. So I'll flip it over. There's a potential, lads, I might disconnect, but I'll get straight back in if I do. Actually, Lennon, if you could sling us an invite, that would be perfect. So I could just join.
Yes, I will.
If it does happen.
Know.
It 9 times out of 10 it happens, so I'm just going to brace myself if it does happen.
Yeah.
It usually happens once a race.
Just let me know if you go out and then I'll sling you on.
I've been honestly, Grumpy, I've done commentary for now well over 2 years. Well, I would say well over, probably just over 2 years. I'm trying to think actually, when was it? No, it is. It's just well over 2 years now. It was F1 20 that I did it. And I have never commentated on a Monaco race. Because no one ever does them. That's the main reason. No one ever does them. Wet race, we're being informed. Now, we get baited half the time. However, I trust Kiwi with that. Oh, Molly, shut up. Right then. Quali is going to be super close here. Like
It is. It's a brilliant track to get some good quality laps around, isn't it?
Like, you could expect the top 15 of them separated by a couple of tenths kind of thing. You really can. Yeah, wet race is going to be really good around Austria, I feel. A lot of long straights, so you might get a few dive bombs and all that. A few people taking a few chances. There are definitely overtaking opportunities in the wet around here. We've got a driver out on track. And it is Mr. Who is it? Is it Furious?
Furious.
It is Mr. Furious. Mr. Furious, back in the day, raced in Tier 2, if you didn't know. I think he did one race in Tier 2. 1 or 2 races in Tier 2.
And now he's in the pinnacle.
But now he's in the top end of AEC. So yeah, Mr. PR Furious. He's obviously not going to change his gamer tag back. Oh no, wet. Jaeger is. How are we going to race in the wet? What's the strategy here? Are people going to be putting, adjusting the setup maybe? It's interesting, isn't it? It really is interesting. People have a lot of, back in the day when I was racing, there was people who really enjoyed racing in the dry, and when it got to wet, hated it. And also, Lennon, I've got to add the thing, they don't have a line either, which is just great. So Mr. Furious is going to start us on a lap here. There's a bit of traffic ahead of him, Lennon, but you can take us away on Furious's lap for a little bit until other drivers start coming on their laps.
I definitely can. So Furious make his way around Sector 1 here. It's a very fast sector, Sector 1. I mean, all the sectors are fast around there because it is only probably a minute and about 5 seconds lap if you're going fairly slow. So he's making his way into Sector 2 here. Makes his way down to Turn 4. He's going to have to really get around Turn 4 and 5 well to save himself a lot of time. And he's done fairly decent round 4 there into 5. He makes his way around the back end of Sector 2 into Sector 3 here. And he's really taking the curves on these corners. And he's going to set a half decent time here, I reckon, as he makes his way down to 9 and 10. What is going to be the starter time here? What's going to be the banker for everyone to beat? He makes his way to the line now, and it's a 1 minute 3.62.
It's a decent time, that. It is a decent time. Welcome in, Mr. Tez. It's me and Lennon in the commentary today. It's Mr. Sasha Andre, a former AEM driver. I believe I think Sasha won the first ever Tier S race. Sam goes into P4. I'll have to double check that. Did Sasha win the first? It rings a bell that he did. I will double check now as I check standings as Mr. Placky goes on with a 3.4. Tier 1 standings from previous seasons. Let's just give this a quick check. Oh no, it wasn't. It was Choco. I don't know what I'm talking about then. He won something. Tom, check your DMs, mate. Oh. I'm checking my DMs. I'm commentating everything. This is great. Lennon, take us away. I need to do something. I'm on board. Actually, you choose on board. I'll click onto it. Who you want to watch? But everyone's out on track, so good luck.
I don't know.
Cam started the lap. We'll go on board with Cam. Everyone loves Cam.
We'll go with Cam. So Cam making his way in towards Sector 2 now. He's going to have to make up a fair... Oh, he's not done well going into turn 3 there. He's going to have to make up a lot of time in Sector 2 to go anywhere near Harvey's time of 1:3.4. But it's a pretty good banker to set for Harvey there. It's going to be very interesting to see what everyone else sets. But Harvey at the moment leading the way as Cam is making his way in towards Sector 3 now. Gets round 7 and 8 fairly decent there, really hugging the curb there. As Ogwin goes top of a 1:3.2, that is the time to beat now. As Cam
he's in the pits.
Comes into the pits.
Lovely. That was a great lap, that. Mr. Drobble is in the pits. Remember, he needs to come out. Kiwi, that is all done for you. All done. Yeah, Mr. Venom's gone on pole position. You've got Ogween on an in lap now as well. Harvey's into the pits. Mr. Tudi is also going to be on an in lap. Jaeger Bombs for AERT is going to be headed into the pits as well. One thing we need to keep an eye on, obviously it's not really our job to do, but making sure people don't cut in the pit lane. Obviously I'm sure drivers and all that will be looking, and managers will be having a look. Mr. Joseph Hales, that's a 15.8 in the first sector. It's not really where you gain all your time. 15.9 was Venom. So Joseph Hales is a 10th up on Venom's time through Sector 1. Hang on a second here. Mr. Joseph Hales for AERT on their debut in Tier S. Mr. Joseph probably isn't one of the favourites to get pole position here. However, has put in a really good Sector 1 time, even though it is only 3 corners. And Joseph Hales then through the middle sector he goes, 44.4 for him. He has got a driver ahead of him, pulls over to the right hand side. So Mr. Joseph has got 2 corners to go here. Is he potentially going to be challenging near the top of the grid, or is AEC about to have a new pole? He's absolutely cocked it up, and that is going to be an invalidated lap there. He doesn't invalidate, it's a 3.6, but if he doesn't improve on that, he'll be getting a telling off. So Mr. Furious has started another lap here. He's currently setting P8, 3.6 for him. He's 4/10 off Venom's time. I believe he's like one of the only drivers out on track. Sim Barracks has just invalidated, so yeah, it's just Furious, Len.
It is, yeah, as he's making his way around. He's set a 1:3.6, which was our banker. So he'll be looking to improve on that round on this lap. He'll really be hoping to try and set that pole position back, because you want to be in front, don't you, when it's in the wet. You want to be at the front, well, as far in front as you can, because the further back you are, the harder it's going to be for you to... probably the harder it's going to be for you to get your braking right, isn't it? So, in the wet definitely as well. So he's making his way round 9 and 10 here. Is he going to improve on his lap time? He's done very well round 10 there. Is he going to improve? He doesn't, puts himself in P6 with a 1:3.5.
We appreciate that, Rain. You know, if you don't know, Timmy Knops been around the block a bit. You know, the Timmy Knops commentary career. You know, I'm not saying it's on a farewell tour, but you know, who knows? Mr. Sasha Andre, P3 for him. I believe he's the only driver who used... No, Josh Gilly as well. Former AEM driver. Anyone else that I can think of? I don't believe there is. Drobble is a driver we need to keep an eye on here. Mr. Drobble. we need to watch this lap. We need to watch this lap because this is a big lap really for him. One of the drivers who's not even come out on for a lap yet. So Mr. Drobble for NVR, his teammate is currently sat in P2 for Ogween. So here we go then. Mr. Drobble is waiting and waiting for his turn. He's got a bit of clean air. The AlphaTauri has gone. So this is it then, Drobble. You're currently sat in P20. There's 9 minutes to go. You've got a lot of people watching you here. No pressure, son, as Mr. FRT Harvey goes on pole provisional with a 3.2. So a 3.2 is the time to beat. Can Drobble maybe stick himself into a 3.1? Who knows? Absolutely nailed turn 1, turn 2, all the way down the straight now. This would effectively be one of the 3 DRS straights you have. But in the wet, that's potentially in the race. Going into turn 4 now, Drobble nails it. And would you look at that? A bit of teamwork. He has got a toe all the way down the back straight now. Mr. Drobble, his teammate Enerox Hogween moves to the right hand side, and Drobble has absolutely nailed it. Doesn't invalidate on the exit, doesn't go in the gravel, which you've seen in real life races before. Mr. Drobble now then into the end of sector 2, starting sector 3. There's yellow flags all over the place, doesn't invalidate again, keeps it nice through it, doesn't want to touch the left hand side, keeps it valid, just about keeps it valid, absolutely taking every inch of the track here. Mr. Drobble 9276 for NVR. I've gone over, where is he? There he is, comes round the penultimate corner, around the final corner, keeps it valid as well, DRS activated, and Drobble to the line, goes P5.
I feel like this might be our laps now, because from what I've seen in the chat and looking in the sky, the rain is coming.
Mr. Ogweed now also starting his run. We've got 7 minutes to go, so this is not the final runs, it's potentially the penultimate runs. So Ogween, he has got half a tenth to find here on Harvey, and there you go, straight away in sector 1, he's found it already, but goes deep there, a little bit too deep, probably cost him a little bit of time, but he has got a toe here, but it's not a great toe, it really isn't a great toe, moves out the way, Venom goes 0.1 for Venom, Enerox Hogween and Mr. Oh my God, catch me breath. Mr. Drobble did not look like good teamwork there. Mr. Drobble just caught a bit sleeping, I think. So Ogween then, out of sector 2 he goes here. Is he up and down in his time? And he is up in his time, but he's lost a little bit from where he was in sector 1. It might be enough to get over Harvey if he finds a bit more in sector 3. But Ogween, he might come into the pits. It might be one of them. So he's going to continue his lap. It looks like he's going to continue. So he must be up in his time, and he's invalidated. He has invalidated.
Yeah, he's going to be gutted with that, isn't he? Because I feel like that probably might be one of his last runs, because it is getting a lot darker.
It is getting a little bit dark, isn't it? It certainly is. And Venom is going to be on an in-lap. Ogween is now going to be on an in-lap as well. Simbarracks 1 is out there. He's one of the only drivers who's not started a lap. Lucas as well is into the pit. So Simbarracks, here we go then. He's going to be finishing his lap. Comes around penultimate corner as well. And then he's got the final corner. Oh, you can't do that. Oh, bloody hell. I mean, I don't think he intentionally meant to go into the pit. We might need some VAR on that one. Did he mean to go in the pits there, or did he just... I don't think he meant that,
I think it's just the curb sent him into the pits.
Yeah, I think he just got sent into the pits. So, drivers on lap. Sasha Andre is up on his time here. Mr. Sasha, he's only just under 2 tenths off here. And he's down in his time, so he's going to be coming into the pits, I believe, as well. There's no point in him staying out, unless he can find a little bit to go ahead of Bobbits and Drobble. Is he going to stay out, or is he going to do a Simbarracks and head into the pits? He's going to do a Simbarracks! I've absolutely called it! Oh dear. And he's going to... Oh. Oh dear. I mean, Sasha intended to do that. So, Lennon. Drivers on lap here. Harvey. Alison Rain, you called it. You actually called it.
I mean, the chat helped me. So there was a call in the chat that there was rain coming in 5 minutes.
No, Lennon, you're not.
Yeah, the rain is here now.
That was you knew.
Nah.
Rain, do you not like me commentary or something, mate? Do you want to fight? You're... Is that what it is? Right, anyway, it's raining. Drobble's retired. Harvey's going to come in the pits and probably retire. Green has retired. I believe that is going to be probably it, lads. Lucas is going to continue a lap. Sim Barracks is going to have to do a lap. But I don't think... Yeah, that could be it for quali. That generally could be it for quali, lads. What are you laughing at?
Sim Barracks has just come round the round turn 9, and there's an AlphaTauri off track that's just bounced on the grass.
Oh, fun fact for everyone. If anyone wants to clip Joseph Hale's lap, he didn't actually improve when he invalidated, by the way. So you know, if anyone wants to get a quick one in, yeah, his invalidated lap where he went off the track and came back on, he didn't improve. Get it submitted, lads. Get it submitted. No, I'm joking. If anyone wants to do that, Newcastle are winning.
Are they?
I told you they'd win.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Almiron.
Sorry, Isaac's on a shot on target as well, so that's helping a bit.
Celtic are winning. Right then. Sim Barracks is still out there. He's invalidated this time, so he's going to be starting last. I'm just checking if I've got any messages. I'm getting asked about pit lane. It's all in the rule book, lads. It's all in the rule book. We don't give you track briefings or everything because essentially it's just long. So it's all in the rule book. If you want to read it, you know. And I know a few times where people have gone, well, you never said it was literally in the rule book. So, yeah. I can read it to you if you want, if anyone, while we wait. Where is it? AEC rulebook, here we go. Oh, I've downloaded it. Oh dear. Oh no, here we go. Cutting across the track, I think it's 3.2, there you go. Oh no, it's not. Oh, I don't know. It's in the rulebook, lads. Just have a read. Right, we'll be back in a couple of minutes when 2D retires. I will tell you when to ready up, lads. We will get going. As you know, we'll get quali classifications first. When 2D wants to retire. Oh, right.
Listening.
There you go. Venom is on pole position. Harvey in P2. Ogween P3. 2D in 4. Bobbitt's in 5. Drobble in 6. Sasha in 7. And you've got Justin Gilly in 9. Furious in 10. Louis in 11. Placky down in 12. You've got Cam 13. Haloganek in 14. Joseph Hales in 15. However, he did set in a validated time. And I will be... No, I won't. But you know, if anyone does. Jaeger Bombs in 16, Sam in 17, Nico in 18, Lucas and Simbarix never set a lap and they'll be starting 19 and 20. We'll be back in a couple of minutes, lads, for the start of the race. I think we've got some tunes for you, so you can enjoy the tunes. Back in a minute. hello, boys. As you can see, it is a bit wet. It's a bit wet, isn't it? I think it's full wet. Yeah, it will be full wet. I couldn't think of anything worse. Wet conditions, no assists. I genuinely couldn't think of anything worse. Like, if you're P9, P10, who's P9 and P10 right now? Gilly and Furious. Oh, they're both BRT guys. Oh, Kiwi, mate, I hope you're ready, son. I genuinely couldn't think of anything worse to be in there. Anyway, Lennon's gone for a wee. We'll be back in a minute.
I'm back.
ASMR is here, Luca. I hope you enjoy it, mate, because we're going to get racing in a minute. Hello, Neon. Spending your 1,000 AM points. More. 1-0 Newcastle.
Right then. Lads, you can ready up. Tell your drivers to ready up. We're good to go. We're good to go. It's full wet conditions. It's almost full boat conditions. It is going to be carnage. Lennon, I need your eyes in the skies because I'm definitely going to miss someone. Yeah,
we go to
breaking
P8
point
as usual, yeah.
There's going to be wings flying everywhere. I don't know. To be fair, TRS is pretty clean. However, I don't think they've had a full wet racer for a while. So overtaking opportunities might be slim. However, when they come, they're going to come. So you can ready up, lads. You can ready up. You're good to
What
go.
I remember, be ready straight away, Tom, because from what I can remember last week, it just didn't say anything. It just went straight in.
It doesn't. No, you're right. It doesn't. There's no countdown anymore. There's no countdown. You're right. So we should get ready now. I've told them to ready up, so I'll wait. Why are people going inters? It's not even inters, I've heard. Oh, it is. Look at these people. No way. There's no way they're gambling on inters. Surely not.
You have to row around the corners, aren't they?
There's no way they're going inters. They're baiting. Lads, you can ready up, by the way.
This is full wet, surely.
I've told them to ready up in capital letters. Right. I think we've got drivers and inters, lads. Are people just like trying to like have a joke here? You know, you don't want to ready up. Is that what it is? People are funny. Why are we waiting? Anyone want to play? You know, anyone want any questions while we wait? I have told them to ready up, by the way, lads. You know, we're waiting here. Start the race, Barney. I've told them to start the race, son. I can't press a button. Drobble. Have I disconnected or something here? Or people taking the piss?
No, I'm sat here waiting as well.
Nah, they're trolling. They're trolling. They're trolling. 100% trolling. Fair enough. You're wasting my time and wasting your time. It's great. Oh, we're going!
There we
1, 2, 3, 4, 5 red lights. And away on racing. Venom is on pole. Harvey is on the intermediate tyres. Look at him go. It is going to be carnage. Here we go then. Into turn 1. Oh, bloody hell. Everyone's on inters. Bloody hell. Everyone is on inters. There's a couple of drivers on wet. Venom is on the wet. You've got carnage happening. The yellow flag at the back of the field. I think there's, oh my God, there's an absolute car park. Absolute car park at the back of the field here. but Venom is leading the way on the Inter tyre. Harvey and P2 got 2D diving it down the inside here, side by side with Harvey. 2D and Harvey going wheel to wheel. Mr. Harvey comes out on top. You've got Ogwin as well getting passed by Bobbert. Bobbert's on the wet tyres, which I believe is the quicker tyre. However, people are gambling that it's going to ease off as Bobbert sends it down the inside of 2D. Wasn't very nice, and Mr. Bobbert is now into P3. Over to you, Lennon.
Yeah, it was a bit of carnage coming into turn one with some of the around P10. Someone spun round. I believe it was. I want to say it was Halo who spun round first and then just collected someone, I think. Which is why we got a few cars lagging behind. But other than that, been fairly clean to start off with.
Mr. Ogween pulling off a good move there on 2D. He dives it down the inside of him. And Venom and Bobberts, they're not pulling away on the wets. Venom definitely is not pulling away. He has got Harvey right behind him. It might be a really bad call here, starting on the wet tyres. However, we will see as drivers are going off track. It looks like 2D went off track. I think Mr. Justin got a good view of that as Mr. Drobble now on Justin. Side by side, gets swiped a little bit there. Bit naughty there from Justin as Drobble going to send it down the inside. Does send it down the inside. And they're going to go wheel to wheel. Go on board with Furious. Has got a good view of this one. Drobble comes out second best. And Mr. Oh, Drobble's it. He's turned his car into a lawnmower. You won't be mowing any lawns in these conditions, mate. As Lou now goes round the outside of Drobble. Drobble's under pressure here.
Yeah, it's gonna be hard for him now to try and pick up his pace again. Lost a lot of time becoming a lawnmower there, and unfortunately for him, he's dropped a couple of places there. He really needs to make these up quicker.
This is where all the action is. It is all action here. Harvey is starting to catch onto the back of Venom. Harvey then is the closest to Venom here, but we've got to go back down to the midfield. This is where all the action is. Lou closing to the back of Gilly. Gilly on them wet tyres. And Lou, the opportunist that he is going to try and work his way through the field here on these inters. Gilly goes wide there. I think we're going to be getting a lot of penalties today. I really do. And he has a bad exit, and Lou all over the back here of Gilly. He's going to send it into turn one. No, he's not. Back on board with Harvey though, Lennon.
Yeah, Harvey's done brilliant to try and keep up with Venom here. He's avoided everything that he could, and he's going to try and make the move stick here coming into turn 3. He gets his nose in front. Is he going to keep that position, or is it going to be a switch back from Venom? Venom's got a really good exit there. Is he going to get back past Harvey? I don't think he is here. His next opportunity is going to be down into turn 4 here, but he is losing a fair bit of time there on Harvey. It seems like Harvey's starting to pull away a little bit there. So, yeah, I think these wet tyres might have been a poor decision.
Absolutely. I think Inters was the call here, even though I think the game put them all on the wets. It certainly did. So everyone, well, majority of people went against the game. Which is interesting, to be fair. A lot of people know what they're talking about. I assume a lot of these drivers have got engineers in their ears, which a lot of them do. Which is interesting to see how this is going to play out. Are Venom and Bobberts going to stick it out a bit longer? And they are. Bobberts goes a little bit wide there. 2D currently sat in P4. Potentially net P2 as he has a wiggle coming out of the final corner. And Sam and Lucas having a battle coming out of the final corner as well! Oh my lord! Mr. Lucas. He kind of saved his car there because he used Sam as a bit of a blocker. If Sam wasn't there, Lucas was heading to the wall. Poor blimey. The battling's all over the place here. Looks like Lou is under pressure here as Furious is dropping a few positions as well. Absolute carnage happening at the BRT camp at the moment. They've got drivers all over each other. Is Lou opportunist? He's going to try and get a move on Placky. I don't think he's close enough there. Back on board with Furious though. Lennon, Furious and Justin wheel to wheel.
Yeah, it's very close between them two. Nearly a bit of contact there coming out of that corner. But it's getting a bit tasty between some of these drivers now. They're going to start getting impatient and just send for moves, but in the wet, you really don't want to be getting impatient. You just want to wait for the opportunity. There's going to be mistakes from drivers in this wet, so you really need to wait for your opportunity.
He certainly is, James. Harvey pulling a good little gap here on Venom. Inters is definitely the quicker tyre right now, and Bobberts and Venom are causing an absolute train and a half here. 2D being the leader of the chasing pack here, and he's thought about it there, didn't he? Trying to send it up the inside there of Bobberts, but Bobberts and Venom on the wet tyres. The only other driver on the wets is Gilly, and he's got Lucas sat behind him, but 2D needs this position done soon, otherwise Harvey is going to pull away, and 2D flips and flaps, goes up the inside, Bobbitt squares and cuts him off. Bobbitt almost hits his teammate. Bobbitt has gone so far, he's early for the next corner. Justin's going to go past him, Ogween's going to go past him. Is Justin ahead? Bobbitt looks like he's losing another position because Furious is going to go past Bobbitt as well. And Venom, who had protection from his teammate, doesn't have any protection anymore, and Bobbitt is down to P7 where he was P3 at the start of the lap.
Yeah, these wet tyres really weren't the right decision for these drivers. They're really starting to struggle in them. And on my screen, the rain isn't as heavy as it was before, so it might be slowing down a bit just in the inter conditions.
Which is absolutely disastrous here because Venom is probably going to have to pit here as 2D goes past him. And that is a position that you won't really see happening here. And then actually Venom gets a switch back on him. I was going to say that's not an opportunity. Oh, and he gets squeezed off a little bit as well. And Mr. Ogween flies past 2D. He's going to fly past Venom as well down the straight. Mr. Ogween, he's going to try and get past him and does. And he does get past him. Bit of squeezing going on. And Venom's going to lose 1 position, 2 positions, 3 positions. And he's going to lose 4 positions. Straight away there, Mr. Venom. Absolutely disastrous. Oh, he's going to send an opportunist move here. Bit of a last roll of the dice kind of thing, and he can't get it done, and he's going to be under pressure from Sasha.
Yeah, Venom really struggling now. He needs to pit sooner rather than later. I mean, both these Williams drivers need to pit because they're really struggling. So this wet tyre really wasn't the right decision. Josh has already given in and swapped onto the Inters, I believe. Oh, my God.
No. Oh dear, oh dear. Good, thank God for ghosting. Thank God for ghosting. Yeah, Venom is struggling here. He really is struggling. And he's going to be pushing Placky through the corners here. It looks like there's a yellow flag. Oh no. Yeah, the wet's it's toast. It is toast here. The intermediate runners need to just navigate the way through, and Placky's got a 5-second corner for gaining position as well. And Venom is coming into the pits. Bobbitts is also into the pits. So the strategy of staying out has not worked for them at all.
Yeah, these wet tyres really weren't the right decision for the team. I don't know if it was a decision on their part or the engineers, but they really haven't got this right today.
Yeah, it was interesting. Well, when we loaded in, everyone was on wet tyres, so the game definitely started everyone on the wets, 100%. So for 17 drivers to change to intermediates is pretty incredible, to be fair. I think the wets were quicker for like a lap, weren't they?
Yeah, they were.
It was about a lap. That's how they got to P2 and well, that's how they got to P1, P2 pretty quick. Lucas on the back. What has happened to Drobble? Did he lag or did he get cut? Why is he? Oh dear, Drobble. He's cut a lot of the corner there. What happened to Drobble there?
I have no clue what's just happened there.
It looked like lag or some contact or something. No idea, but he's been dropped down to P12. Ogween takes the fastest lap of the race. So Ogween is catching Harv then, according to that statistic. We'll keep an eye on that. 3.4 seconds the gap between Harv and Ogween. There's not really... Oh, I say that, Mr. Blackie is starting to catch Lucas here. He is catching, but now he does not go from Gilly. Takes the fastest lap on the Inters. Intermediate 100% the quickest tyre now. That rain has started to ease off a bit. But yeah, it's pretty calm in the midfield. That gap at the top is now 3.2 seconds.
Yeah, Harvey's really made the most of this, hasn't he? I mean, he had a driver there on the wet tyres that has surely helped that gap for him. So Harvey's really pulled away now and he's in a brilliant position.
Certainly is. 3.2 the gap at the moment. We'll keep an eye on that after each lap. Harv, who started in P2, Ogween started in P3. The biggest gainer so far is Lucas, who started in P19, and he is up to P7. So really good drive so far for Lucas and Jaeger, who Jaeger started in P16. So yeah, Jaeger and Lucas having a good little drive there between the both of them. Currently sat in P7 and P6. So, closest battle on track is probably the one of Furious and Justin here. Furious currently sat in P4, Justin in P3, but that is quickly going to change over hands here because Furious is now back onto the podium and looks like Justin is going to have to settle for P4 at the moment.
Yeah, I think Furious and Justin are having a brilliant battle. All races have been having this battle. It's been absolutely brilliant for him. As Venom sets the fastest lap now, he's found his pace. He really wants to try and make up these positions now because he was on pole position. He'll be gutted to be down in P18 now. But it is what it is. He made the wrong call, and unfortunately, that's come back to bite him.
That gap at the top is coming down after each corner, really, here. Ogween now 2.7. When we started looking at it, it was 3.4. So Harv, even though he has got a decent gap at the moment, Ogween is catching. Now, for everyone in the chat, you can help me out here. Now, the answer is probably silly, but I'm going to ask it anyway. Can these Inters go to the end? Question. Now, in some races, they can. Can they round Austria? That is a question for the chats. No. It looks like the answer is no, Lennon. So we are going to have people pitting.
Yeah, so they really want to be judging their pits right, don't they? I mean, the likes of Placky, I think Placky is really have to make some time here because he wants to capitalise on the fact that Bowman's not racing today. He'll want to be trying to close down that gap at the top because it's 21 points. He gets a win here. He's leading the championship, so he'll really want to be gunning for some decent points today.
And been informed that he's going to dry it. Why are Cam and Sasha battling each other? Right. Okay. Interesting. A little bit of a scrap going on. Interesting. I said, yeah, the gap 2.8 seconds at the moment. The closest battle on track is the battle between Placky and Lou. Not a lot in it at the moment. Keep an eye on that as it unfolds. But yeah, lap 10 at the moment. I don't see any blue skies appearing at the moment, but apparently it's going to be clearing up very soon. So keep an eye on it, really. Keep an eye on it. Probably mediums for some drivers, maybe hards. Probably mediums though. 20 odd laps on them. But yeah, the race has now settled down a little bit. It was hectic at the start, but everyone's found the rhythm. And yeah, Harv leads the race.
Yeah, it's a very well-deserved lead. He took his opportunity with Venom starting on the wet tyres, and Venom used himself as sort of a roadblock, I'd say. Made himself a roadblock on them wet tyres and created that gap for Harvey now, which is utilising very much.
Certainly is. That rain is easing off. It really is easing off here. It won't be long before people are discussing with their engineer of what tyre to go on and what lap to come into. But Ogween is catching Harv here. Newcastle are leading 2-0 now. I told you they'd win. A Drobble gets a penalty.
Who scored?
Mr. Drobble gets a penalty there. Currently sat in P12 for him. That penalty will knock him down 0 positions because Joseph Hales is 3.5 seconds behind him. So back on board with Toody, who currently sat P5. No one in the top 7 has a penalty yet, which is pretty impressive. That dry line is starting to come as Venom sets the fastest lap on the Inter tyres. Mr. Venom, who started on the wet tyres, and that strategy just never paid off for him. So lap 12, that rain, let's keep an eye on it. It's going to be stopping soon, I reckon. You can see it easing off and easing off. And that is when people are going to be deciding when to pit and everything, and that's when it gets a bit spicy, trying to undercut everyone and what lap is the correct lap to pit on, and it adds a bit of excitement because we'll end up having DRS as well, which adds to overtaking opportunities. But there is a big train really here, isn't there? From, you know, there's not a lot in it from like P1 down to Drobble really, if you're being totally honest. Is it about 10 seconds or so? It's a decent little
Sounds
train.
about right. Yeah. Yeah, it's really. These trains are starting to really materialise now, so people will be wanting to use these as good as they can when the DRS does come into play. So they'll be hoping that this rain sort of eases off sooner rather than later, so they can make use of the DRS and come back onto the dry tyres.
So lap 13 of 36, we are now further away through the race, and Harv, he's kept it above 2.5. DRS enabled. It's raining. It's
See, this is the sort of rain where you're told to go in when you're in primary school now.
yeah, but people aren't going to pit for dries now, are they?
No.
But DRS is in it.
I'd say give it maybe 2
Anyway,
laps
Furious
when,
is coming in. Tell a lie.
Oh?
Furious has pit here.
Visual glitch maybe. Maybe it's a lot drier for them than it is for us.
Well, we'll keep an eye on it. He was currently sat in P3. He is going to come in for the hard... Oh, God. The hard tyre in conditions that don't look great for dry tyres. We'll keep an eye on here. Jaeger comes in for the mediums. Let's keep an eye on him, Furious here.
There's a fair few going on to the hards. It's half and half at the moment.
Let's keep an eye on it because it looks pretty wet out there, if I'm being totally honest. He's got Venom behind him, 1.5 seconds, so keep an eye on how Furious does here compared to Venom. But yeah, hard tyres for Furious. He was currently sat at P3. The Delta, it looks like broken between him and Venom. Oh no, yeah, it is broken. It's not moving up and down. 1.5, it's staying at. So the leader should come in then, you reckon?
Oh, wait. Furious is massively catching Bobbitt's here. Maybe he's made the right decision.
Maybe so, maybe it was a bit of a visual glitch on our end.
Oh my God.
But yeah, Harvey, everyone's in now. Is Lou coming in? Lou is in as well. Yeah, it's dried up quickly. Look at it now. From that, oh God, Sam. Mediums, hards. Ogwin comes in for the hards, Harvin for the mediums. And it looks like Drobble has stayed out for another lap. Oh, Drobs. Mr. Drobble stays out. Bobbert also stays out, and he is going to come out in between Ogwin and Furious here. Yeah, really has dried up quickly there. Drobble masterclass incoming. He is getting caught very quickly by Harvey. Very quickly indeed. So is Bobbert. Ogwin all over the back of him here. So Ogwin on the hard tyre. It's a mixture really, hard and mediums. There's no really favourites. But yeah, Ogwin should easily pass Bobbert here and does. Goes up the inside of Bobbert. Bobbert breaks early and away he goes. Drobble is definitely going to come in this lap. Harv now onto the back of him. But yeah, the race has now opened up a bit.
It's going to get very interesting now to see how these new tyres fare as well. Whether potentially, do you reckon the medium runners might have to come in again?
I'd assume now they would probably no. They will try and get to the end and then. They'll try and get to the end and then.
Punchy territory maybe?
It'll be close. I think it'll be close. 20 odd laps.
Yeah.
Hard to, like, if it's close, like, let's say Furious and Harv here. Let's say it'll be very close coming into the race. Furious being quicker than him. Who's on comms?
Yeah.
It is me and Lennon. Timmy, Knops and Lennon. So yeah, we're here because Mr. Joseph is decorating his room. Chelsea, he quoted that he has got a voice rougher than a dog's testicle. Loveland isn't here. Everyone's on holiday kind of thing. So I thought, you know, I'm here. Where's Green on? I don't know where he is either. No one's here. So yeah, Harvard leading the way on the mediums. He's got Furious on the hard side. Ogwin does have that penalty though. What penalty is it? Oh, it is a 3 seconds. And Harvard hits the fastest lap of the race. So back on board with Low, because he looks close to the back here of Halo. Mr. Low, here we go then. He's backing off. He's going for a move there. Yeah, I'll think about it, Kenzie. I'll think about it, mate. Here we go then, Lou. With DRS activated, should be an easy overtake. As Jaeger has also been overtaken by Justin. Back on board with Lou. Goes up the inside of Halo, and Halo is going to get past him. Maybe a switchback opportunity. Can't get it done on this time around. DRS, though, is activated for him. And he might just get a switchback on the straight here. He's going to go round the outside, the long way round here. Halo and Lou, wheel to wheel. Here we go then. Bit of battling. No contact, please, lads. Keep it clean. Keep it tidy. They are still going wheel to wheel through sector 2. They go. Halo up the inside. Lou round the outside. It looks like Halo's come out on top, or has he? Because Lou is not giving this one up. Does back out of it, and Lou stays in P9.
It's a decent little battle there between them, but Lou's coming straight back at him. He's probably maybe going to make this overtake stick on the main straight here. As he's coming up to turn 1 now, he's got DRS open. He's a bit too far back to make a move.
He was too far back then, but is he too far back now? It looks like he is gaining on the back of Halo. It looks like Justin and Lucas switch positions. Anyway, back on board with Halo as he has got Lou all over him, but he can't get it done this time around. Now Lou will have DRS again, and these two putting on a bit of a show in P9 and P8. And Lou is catching again on the back of Halo. Going to go up the inside. No, he's not. Backs out of it. Back on board with Furious. Maybe Furious, Lucas. It's all starting to happen now. So Lou, you're on the back of Halo. You've got Lucas as well. Penalties for Ugween and Justin are going to knock them a couple of positions off the podium as well. Furious though, I would say he's harvesting, but he's not really. He's got 17% on the back of Harv. Harv going to be under pressure here from Furious, it looks like. He is on the hard tyre, so you'd expect Harv to be quicker at the moment, but Furious is coming from.
Yeah, it's going to get very close between these two now. Two different choices for the tyres as well. So it'll be interesting to see how this plays out, but I do think Furious just has to play a waiting game here, wait for them medium tyres to start making mistakes. And it should just be an easy run for him to get around.
Yeah, those two are clear from the field, really. At the moment, we're over halfway now, but it's a battle between Harv and Furious for the win, as it stands. Lou, with an easy opportunity to overtake this time around, doesn't fancy it. That's a couple now. He just doesn't fancy getting the move done. I wonder why. Maybe, I don't know. Why would you not want the move? So Lucas and Justin. Looks like Drobble's dropping a couple positions. Oh, Drobble, something's happened to Drobble. He's dropped 2 or 3 positions there. I'm not sure what's happened to him. He's dropped a couple of positions. On the back of Gilly now he goes. Furious though, on the back of Harv. These two battling for the lead. Mr. Lou and Halo also battling it. Is this what Lou wants the move done? Does he eventually want the move here? Surely he does. No! What is Lou's game plan here, lads? Someone help me out. Someone help me out here. If Lou doesn't go for the move here, why? He's farming ERS. But isn't he just losing time though, doing this? Working together, fight equals lose time. Yeah, but they're not catching 2D, are they? I don't know. I'll leave them to it. I'll leave them to it. See how it goes. Furious and Harv. Let's see how this goes. Let's see how this plans out. Furious, he's the one harvesting ERS here. He's at 40%. You've got Harv also on 40%. Furious is definitely holding the cards here. He is. He holds the cards, Furious, I feel.
Yeah, he does. He's on.
Go on.
He's on them longer tyres, isn't he? He's gonna last a lot longer than Harvey will on these fast speeds. So maybe give it 10 laps, and Harvey's really gonna start slowing up. So is Furious gonna play the waiting game and just wait for that, or is he gonna try and make his move stick and just try and pull away as quick as he can?
Well, Lou finally goes for the move here. I feel like he could have got it done a couple of laps ago, if I'm being totally honest. I mean, I don't know if it helped him, but yeah, it is what it is, isn't it? Furious though, keep an eye on him. He definitely holds the cards here for his fate. It's going to be interesting to see how this plays out. Does he go for the move early? Does he stay behind until near the end of the race? Interesting, because the Furious is going to be on the back of half here after this DRS zone, and the next one as well. Cam and Venom battling it out. Mr. Car. Oh God, Cam. Oh.
That didn't look good, lads. I'm not gonna lie to you, that didn't look good at all.
That didn't look great. didn't look great. So Furious. He's got to be waiting here, isn't he? He's just going to harvest. Half battery. There you go. It's pretty similar. Well, 46, 60. They're both harvesting together, really. Half harvesting. Right, Lennon, who are we watching? Who is the battle here? I don't think we've had an overtake in a while.
No, I don't think we have. Lucas just picks up a time penalty there. But there's not really much going on apart from Furious and Harv, is there?
Mr. Halo, Lou gets a penalty
Halo,
there. Lou gets a penalty, and Halo now on the back of him. As Furious and Harv switch positions here, battling it out for the lead of the race. Here we go then, Harv and Furious. Furious has the DRS here though, and Harv is not going to be challenging here. Furious though, on the hard tyre, goes into the lead of the race. I did not expect that. I didn't even see it happen. Mr. Furious went for it and is into the lead now. And maybe the hard tyre was the call. I think it was.
Yeah, I feel like that is going to be the call now. I mean, these hard tyres, they seem to be doing a lot better than the mediums. I mean, you look at the difference between the medium and the hard runners. Most of the medium runners are in the bottom 10, aren't they, at the moment? So
yeah, it's interesting to see. I don't think the medium was the call. However, Harv though with DRS, looking to get himself back into P1 here. Is he going to wait for maybe the next DRS zone, or is he going to go for it now? It's going to be interesting to see, but he's going to wait off here. Comes out, he's going to have DRS again if he gets a good exit. Might have a run on the back of Furious. Levels on exits, really nothing between them, and looks like Harv is just going to stay behind Furious here and save a little bit of his ERS. Lou and Halo battling. Halo in a bit of trouble, it looks like, on the back of Lou. Lou under pressure as well because DRS is activated for Halo, and he's going to dive up the inside here of Lou, and Lou is going to have an outside line, but I don't know if Lou can hold it, and he can't. Breaks early, and Halo is back into P8.
oh, don't know what's happened to Josh there, but he's dropped a couple positions now.
Yeah, battle at the back here. Drobble, Gilly, Hales, Mr. Drobble round the outside here. Oh, he gets squeezed off, referee. Oh, when he's got gravel on his tyres. Mr. Josh Gilly giving him absolutely no room at all. No room at the inn, as the saying goes. So, Harv on the back of Furious here. If he gets a good exit, again, he will have a chance here. And he's got a decent exit, but I don't think he's close enough. He's going to try it out, but he's just going to save his ERS. Furious and Harv harvesting their ERS. They're over 60% now. It looks like the battle for the win is between these two drivers.
Yeah, it's going to be very interesting towards the end now. But Ogwe, I don't think he's going to catch anytime soon. He's on them hard tyres, so it could come into play a bit later. But I feel like this is between Furious and Harv, like you say.
Watching a little battle at the back of the grid here, or middle of the grid, for the final few points. You've got Hales, Josh Drubble in action as well. Good little battle. Bobbett's here as well. 4 drivers battling out for P12, P13 and 14. Jaeger Bombs has got himself a little penalty. That he was in P6 He's having a good race on the AERT debut in TRS, but that penalty, do you know what? The penalty doesn't move him down a position, but he was going to get ahead of Justin on penalty, so, you know, it doesn't hamper him, but it doesn't help him out either. So lap 26 or 36, we're quickly getting to the crunch zone of the race here. We're starting to get to the nitty gritty bits. As Drobble gets a penalty, I think that's his second penalty now. It is his second penalty. Back up board with Harv though. Harv is going to wait another race. And Mr. Jaeger and Justin wheel to wheel. Jaeger and Justin wheel to wheel, bumping wheels as well. Justin up the inside, Jaeger around the outside. Looks like Justin has come out on top here, and he has, as Cam sets the fastest lap of the race.
It's all getting a bit argy-bargy now, isn't it? People really trying to make these moves happen because it's getting late in the race now. Only 10 laps to go. They want to make these moves happen and make them stick now.
That's what you want. You know, this is where people start to get fighting and making mistakes that can happen at this stage of the race. Like I said though, the battle for the lead here is definitely between Furious and Harv. However, Ogween is catching these two. I have kept an eye on that delta. Ogween definitely catching. It was over 3 seconds at one point. So he will want them to continue battling out here, but he would also like one of them to get a penalty. That would help him out massively. As Lou and Placky battling as Lou gets overtaken, but he wants to overtake back on Placky. They're going to go wheel to wheel. Halo has got a good view of this one, and Halo's going to be under pressure here. And Halo has got a good view as Mr. Placky round the outside of Lou. Lou and Placky wheel to wheel through Sector 2. There you go. Lou has been in some battles today, let me tell you. Round the outside of Placky. He goes very wide though, Lou, and he gives the position back to Placky. As Drobble and Gilly. Drobble drops up another position because Gilly gets ahead of him. Back on board with Harvey. It looks like Venom. No, what's happening? Yeah, Venom loses the position out to Sin, but he wants a switchback. Oh, we love a switchback from Venom there, lads. We love a switchback. Sin Barracks is going to try and get back on him, and he does just about get it on him. Round the outside, Venom goes. Venom and Sin Barracks, Venom. Who's going to come on top? And he comes out on top. Venom does. Back on board with Jaeger.
It's getting very, very interesting now as Jaeger's making his way towards Justin now. Goes a bit wide there and he's going to lose a bit of time to Justin there. I feel like that move is probably off the cards now, isn't it? So you're looking at the likes of Lucas, who is catching Jaeger now as well. So is Lucas going to try and get into 5th place now?
It's all happening here. And even drivers like Halo, and he's not got a penalty, but he's just too far away from the people who have penalties. So even though he's kept his nose clean, he's not going to help him out. Same with Placky and 2D. They don't have penalties, but they're just in that place where they're not going to gain anything from not having penalties, which kind of sucks really. A safety car would really help them out. So Furious and Harv. Harv has done really well to stick with him here. He has harvested really well. And he's just stayed in DRS. I feel like if Furious wanted a push lap, he might be able to. But the 3 DRS zones is keeping Harv right here. And he's going to go up. Oh, he baited me. He baited me. He was ready to go up the inside there. And he pulled out of it last seconds. Jaeger, almost on the back of Justin. There's battles happening everywhere now. We're getting into the final 7 laps of the race as Harv again closes into the back of Furious. And Furious will know now that Harv, he's got a full battery. He has got a full battery waiting. Mr. Lennon, what is happening with Jaeger, Lucas and Justin? It's all happening.
Yeah, it's all happening now. Lucas just made a brilliant overtake on Jaeger there. It was fairly easy for him. But Lucas, he did look at Justin there. He looked, could he make that move happen as well into turn 4, but it just wasn't on for him and he backed out with the right opportunity, and I believe that is yellow flags for Cam.
Yeah, Mr. Cam causing yellows there as Harv again. He's getting now to lap 30 of 36. Is this his opportunity? Is this where he wants to get a move done, or is he going to wait a few more laps? He needs to be careful though, because you start waiting and waiting, and then you start to get a bit nervous, and you make a mistake, and then that gap that is currently 3/10 becomes 7 tenths very quickly as Justin gets squeezed off track here, and he gets passed by Jaeger, and Jaeger now wants to get past Lucas, and Lucas under pressure, and Jaeger goes flying past him, and Jaeger, who's currently P6, is now P4. Venom, 5-second penalty speed in the pits and retires. He's starting on the wets, ruined his race, basically.
Yeah, it did. Yeah, he was on pole position. Starting on wet tyres, Harvey got past him within the first couple of laps, and that was his race over.
Absolutely curtains from the get-go. As Justin gets past Lucas, not sure why Lucas has let him go there, but he has let him go. Yellow flags, I believe that is just that's Venom's AI car coming back out on track. As Furious is going to go past that AI car as it comes onto the middle of the track. Bloody hell, man. God blimey, this has gone Bubba Jaeger. You can see the AI car there. Oh, God. Anyway, here we go then. Mr. Harvey and Furious, lap 31 and 36. We're going to go on board with penalties now, so people have a look at penalties. Who is going to win the race, Lennon?
I think it's Furious is to lose, isn't it, really? Harvey's trying to catch him, but them tyres are going to, if he keeps going the way he is, them tyres are going to go off a lot quicker than they would do usually, so I feel like this is Furious's race to lose.
Venom leaves the session after retiring. Yeah, like I said, him starting on the wet tyres, it just wasn't the call, and it cost him, really. It really did cost him. So, Harv and Furious, it's going to be a battle between these two on who wins the race. But those mediums are going to start quickly falling off. It is not going to be long before those mediums that he is on are going to fall off, and he needs to make a move soon. Ideally, you'd wait until the last lap. Obviously, that would make perfect sense. However, I don't think he's got the tyre life to do that, if I'm being totally honest. Looks like Hales and Drobble switch positions. I think Harv needs to go for it soon. I think that's his best bet, if I'm being totally honest with you. Like, obviously, you wait for the final lap, that's great and all, but...
Are his tyres going to make it? That's the question.
Yeah, exactly. So he needs to get ahead of him while his tyres are falling off than being behind him. Hello, warning. Hello. Lucas and Justin battling. Mr. Lucas gets into P4. Justin with 6 seconds of penalties. That means that Jaeger will go ahead of him. 2D will go ahead of him as well, and Halo not quite. Back on board with the leaders though, and it's Harv and Furious. We're going to be entering lap 33 and 36, 4 laps to go now. Who holds the cards? Ogween is coming at, he really is, but he does have a penalty. Is this the lap? Is Harv listening to AEC? Is he listening in? Is he tuned in? At AEC_F1 Twitch.com. I understand that he probably isn't, but he's probably concentrating on his race. Harv all over the back of Furious here. It's Justin and Lucas switch position. Back on board with Harv though, and you can see he's slowing down. He's easing off. Look at his throttle. He's easing off. He doesn't want the overtake. He's going to wait. And his strategy, his tactic of winning today's race is waiting till the absolute death to get an overtake done on Furious, but he slides through the corner. And this is the danger I said. His tyres are under the cosh here. Cool, blimey, this is going to be a good
They
end.
really are, yeah. And the DRS sections, I'm noticing with Harvey, once he opens the DRS, he only opens it for a bit and then closes it quite early. So he's looking to just wait for his opportunity.
But he's also got a speedy Ogween behind him. Ogween is now in DRS as well. And the last thing Harvey wants here is Ogween to overtake him. That is the last thing he wants. And he's going to know that. He's going to know Ogween's all over the back of him. And Harv, up the inside, he does. He goes for it, up the inside. Oh! I've seen clean overtakes, but I don't know about that one, Steve. Anyway, Furious gets overtaken by Harv. And Harv does have DRS on the back of him as well. It looks like a little bit of contact between the two of them. I'm sure there'll be a clipper somewhere. But call blimey, Ogween now in action, but he does have a penalty. Oof.
It's getting very tasty now, isn't it? The last 3 laps now. It's going to be really interesting to see how this one ends up, but like I said, I still think it is Furious is to lose. He's really going to have to catch Harvey soon, though.
Honestly, Ogween could cause chaos here between Harvey and Furious. Not in like a incident kind of thing, but just because if he gets in between them, whoever's ahead is won, essentially. If you're going by that. So Furious here, he needs to get the overtake done back here on Harv ASAP Rocky. Let me tell you, as Harv is burning a little bit, he's on 60% now, and Furious is seeing Ogween in his rear view mirrors. And Furious has not got many DRS zones to get ahead, he's only got 4, where he has had loads recently. So Furious is in his 4th one, he will have 3 more after this. Can he get the move done? He's not going to be on this one. So it is going to come down to the last bloody lap here, lads. Strap yourselves in, because we're going to get racing. And this is what you want to see, Lennon.
It is last lap battles. This is really what you want to see. It's the big entertainment of the races. Is it going to be Harvey? Is it going to be Furious? Is Ogween going to get in the middle of them both and cause a massive stir? It's all going to happen in this final lap that's about to start.
So, Furious and Harv. Furious probably holds the car too. He will have DRS. Harv will not. Ogween sat behind him in P3 with a 3-second penalty. It's Furious or Harv. Can Furious get himself ahead on the next DRS zone, which is coming up imminently? And Furious now uses a bit of his DRS, turns it back off again. He's going to wait and wait and wait. Turns it on, turns it off, on and off, on and off. Goes around the outside here. Mr. Harv, Mr. Furious, and it looks like Furious has got himself ahead. Has he? He looks like he has. Ogween on the back of Harv, and Harv and Furious battling for the lead of the race of TRS round 6 Austria. Harv or Furious, who is going to come out on top? And it looks like Harv round the outside. Furious and Harv wheel to wheel. Ogween's got a good view of this one, and it looks like Furious has come out on top, and Harv is going to have to sit in P2 for now, and it looks like Furious is going to win the race. Oh! Ogween takes contact with Harv. Mr. Furious goes round sector 3 now, and it looks like the race is his to lose.
Yes, Furious has won this race. Now Ogween, I don't know what he was going for there, but he should have conceded a place and took himself home for a podium. But unfortunately, now he is probably going to finish in 6th place, maybe lower. But yeah, there we are. Furious wins the race.
That is big. That, but Ogween still gets P4. I think he only lost 1 position because of it. To be fair. Yeah, Ogween lost 1 position. It wasn't as catastrophic as I thought, because Ogween is obviously in the title battle, so it wasn't as catastrophic, to be fair. But yeah, Furious won the race. Fair play there. Got him on the last lap, he did. And Harv P2, Lucas P3, kind of out of nowhere. Lucas getting P3. Fair play to him. What happened to Jaeger? Did he get a penalty? Because he was up there at the start. I think he got a penalty, didn't he?
5 seconds for ignoring yellows at the end.
Oh dear. Oh, he got a 5-second because he overtook Ogween when it was yellow flags.
Yeah.
Well, that's unfortunate. So yeah, what a race that was, lads. Clean in parts. There might be a couple of clips in there, which is just traditional. You know, you're always going to have a couple of incidents. I saw a couple myself. But yeah, fair play to Furious. We will catch you. We'll get classifications now.
Lorraine's back.
Let's get some classifications. There you go then. So Furious wins the race. Harv and P2. Good little battle between them two. Very well played. Lucas P3, Ogween in P4, 2D in 5, Placky 6, Halo 7, Justin 8, Lou in 9, Sam in 10, Jaeger in 11, Bobbett's 12, Hales 13 and Gilly 14. I'll go down to the bottom, otherwise JT will shout at me. Back up to the top. And there we go. That is the end of the race. Any final words, Lennon? I don't know who it is tomorrow. It's tier 1. I think it's me. I'll find someone with me.
I do have a question. So Placky finished all in well. Placky finishes 6th, yeah? How many points is that?
You're testing me here. You put me on the spot now. I've done AEC for nearly 2 years and I don't know. I'll tell you. I don't know.
I just
Someone
want
will
to know
probably,
how much is
someone's
closed.
probably someone's already typed out in the chat probably before me. Oh, there it is. 14.
There's 14, so he's closed it down to 8 points, is it?
Well, there you go.
It was on 21,
Drivers'
so it's 8
Championship
points,
getting
yeah.
a bit closer. So that is the end of the stream, lads. We'll catch you tomorrow for Tier 1, then next week for Monaco, which I can't wait for. It'll be carnage. It'll be great. Yeah, we'll catch you. We'll catch you later, lads. I hope you enjoyed the stream. I enjoyed commentating on it. Yeah, cheers, Lennon, for helping me out there, mate. I appreciate it.
No worries.
Right, lads, we'll catch you tomorrow for Tier 1. Make sure you're there, otherwise I'll come and find you.